Hello everyone. Today, our daily reading is from the Gospel of John, chapter 18, verses 1 to 14. It's a slightly longer reading, but I recommend that you read it later. For now, we will give a summary of the events described in these verses to save time. Starting with the first verse, we see that Jesus crosses the Kidron Valley with his disciples and enters a garden. John does not specify Gethsemane here. He simply refers to the place as a garden, a location familiar to both Jesus and his disciples, as they often gathered there. This is confirmed in verse 2, where Judas, the traitor, already familiar with the place, deliberately chooses it as the setting for Jesus' arrest. In verse 3, we see Judas arriving with a Roman detachment and guards sent by the chief priests and Pharisees, carrying lanterns, torches, and weapons. The presence of Roman soldiers indicates how seriously the authorities viewed the threat posed by Jesus. But Jesus, knowing everything that was going to happen, takes the initiative, demonstrating control and courage in that moment. He asks, "Who are you looking for?" In verse 5, the soldiers reply, "We are looking for Jesus of Nazareth." And Jesus responds, "I am he." At that moment, they step back and fall to the ground. This happens because the expression, "I am he," refers to the divine name of God in the Old Testament, as we see in Exodus 3 verse 14, indicating Jesus' divinity. Thus, they fall before the demonstration of his power and authority. In verses 7 and 8, Jesus asks again, "Who are you looking for?" They repeat, "We are looking for Jesus of Nazareth." Jesus then identifies himself and asks that his disciples be allowed to leave. Therefore, in verse 9, his previous words are fulfilled, "Of those you have given me, I have lost none." This shows Jesus' care for his disciples. In verses 10 and 11, Peter, always impulsive, draws his sword and cuts off the ear of the high priest's servant. But Jesus rebukes him and says, "Put your sword away. Shall I not drink the cup the Father has given me?" In other words, Jesus willingly accepts to surrender. He did this voluntarily because he loves us and knew his mission on this earth, to save and deliver all humanity through his sacrifice. Finally, in verses 12 to 14, we see Jesus' arrest. He is bound and first taken to Annas and then to Caiaphas. Caiaphas then makes a somewhat prophetic irony by saying that it is better for one man to die for the people, not realizing that he was, in fact, announcing the sacrifice of Jesus Christ for humanity.